Hi, it's Darnell with Way Over Recipes, and today I'm going to try frozen pizza in the Ninja Foodi XL Pro Air Oven. And we're going to see how it does cooking up a frozen pizza right now. Alright, so I've got my Ninja Foodi here, and I've got a DiGiorno 12-inch 3-meat pizza. And so I'm just going to get it out the pack and going to put it in there on rack level 3. So I already got my rack in there. I'm just going to put the pizza right up there on the rack with nothing underneath it at all. And I'm going to turn the cooker on, and I'm going to move it over to the pizza function. It defaults to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 minutes in rack level 3. Now I'm just going to leave it at the default, and we're going to see what happens. I'm going to hit start. It's doing its quickie 90-second preheat. It really doesn't heat all the way to 400 degrees in 90 seconds. You can see my initial review video for details of that. Also, I'll mention nothing in this video is sponsored, but we'll let this keep cooking. It'll just run through the preheat and cook, and when it looks good and done, I'll bring you on back, or if I need to add time, I'll bring you back when I have to do that. But I'll see you in a bit. Alright, we've got a little under 2 minutes left, but I think it's going to be done in about 15 minutes flat. I do want to mention that the preheat goes so quick that I don't even bother waiting for the preheat to put the food in. I just put it right on in there. It's only going to be 90 seconds. You can see from my earlier testing, it doesn't get very hot in that 90 seconds anyway. So I just put things in ahead of the preheat even starting. But I wanted to show you on the box. It says that you're supposed to do 400 degrees for 23 to 27 minutes. Preheat to 400 and cook it for 23 to 27 minutes. This is going to be done in about, if you include the preheat, 15 and a half minutes. You'd have had to wait it longer with preheats with other cookers before, you know, putting your pizza in and then waiting 23 to 27 minutes. Here, you know, arguably 14, 15 minutes or so, and we're going to be, well, about 15, 16 minutes when you include the preheat. So, you know, not even 17 minutes, and this pizza is going to be all done. And so it turns out pretty quick. I think that it's looking pretty good from what I'm seeing. And I'm just going to let it play out for these last few seconds and then get it on out. Alright, it's all done. So let's see what we have. I didn't open to spin or anything. I just let it play itself out without touching a thing. And you can see the finished product. I'm going to also take my Thermapen just for the sake of checking and check the temperature in there. We see it's like well over 150s. Yeah, it's real hot. So it's well done. It's a confirmed well done pizza. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and do some cutting and slicing here. Slice on through it and do it this way and do it this way here. And you heard when the cooker was running, it's not very loud on that pizza setting. It's not loud really at all, not very loud at all. And so finished off slicing up this pizza here. Now I'm just going to take a slice and plate it. I'll say that the bottom is not very firm. You can see it's kind of, it's not very firm on the bottom, even though I put it in there with nothing underneath. So I'm going to go ahead and move the camera. We'll do a quick taste test. Alright, so we've got some quickly cooked pizza here. Let's see how it all tastes. Alright, so the bottom is pretty soft. It didn't get really firm at all on the bottom there. I don't think that putting it in after that 90-second preheat where things only get up to maybe 150 degrees or so from my testing would have, you know, really turned that bottom into something really crispy. So, you know, basically it can get the pizza done quick, get it done way faster than conventional, and you know, you'll have your pizza done. It didn't overcook the top or anything, but it's a little not firm, you know. It's a little soggy. I mean, it's not like wet soggy, but it's a little, you know, you can see it's not very firm. It's not crunchy. So if you like it crunchy, you may just, you know, want to come up with another technique to try and get your bottom firmer. But by itself, just doing it just like that, you're going to get a pizza that's done, which is cool. But if you're into the crunchy bottom thing, then you're going to have to do a little more. So anyway, that's that's basically how it is with this cooker. Anyway, I do hope that you like this. In the video description, you can find a referral link to buy this, or my Amazon shop, get other cookers. I get a commission. You don't pay a dime extra. Also, you can see the link in there for joining as a member to this channel. You get perks that others won't get. And also, if you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. You can share a video with a friend. You can leave your comments. You can subscribe. Hit that notification bell, and good eating.